Hi everyone, in this lecture we will talk about unordered map data structure in C++, and this is actually an implementation of a hash table, okay, that we have seen in the data structures course. And if you have not seen my data structures video, you must understand what is a hash table, okay. And there are different ways to implement the hash table, and the way we are going to treat this underlying hash table is uh, it's the separate chaining technique, okay. And there is an array, and suppose you want to store a value, let's say John, mapped with the value, let's say 25, let's say it's marks, let's say dev mapped with the value 30. Then you first find out a hash index, let's say this index is 7, and here you create a chain, and here you store this is John and this is 25. And if you do it for dev, it may have a different bucket, it may have a same bucket as well, okay. And there is a concept of rehashing also. If lot of collisions are going to happen, that is your load factor if increases a certain threshold, then you do rehashing also, okay. So it's the same hash table, and that has a name called unordered map in STL, okay. So we are going to discuss what is an unordered map, and how to use the different functions available with the unordered map, okay. The best thing that I like about unordered map is um, you can do insertion, you can do deletion, that is the erase function, and you can also do search or the find function. All of these work in order one time on average, okay. So why I'm using this term on average, because sometimes it's possible that your table is growing bigger and you might have to do rehashing. In that case, this time is order n, okay. But on an average, for let's say rehashing happens after n elements, okay. So let's say n elements, each one was taking order one time, but after n elements you took order n time, okay. So this time is n, and this is also n, so this is 2n. So on an average, for each element you get a constant time, okay. So most of the operations in unordered map are O1, and STL part is very easy, okay. You even if you do not understand the underlying data structure, it's fine, but it's actually not required for STL part. But for interviews, if you do not know what is a hash table, how it works, you must study it, okay. So important to know the underlying implementation, but STL part is easy, anyone can do it. So let's see how to build an unordered map. And again, we are going to take a very simple example. You want to store items of prices of fruits along with their price, and this time these fruits keys may not be ordered, okay. So you want to store information in the form of a key and a value here, okay. So let's see, okay. Okay, so the header file is called unordered map, okay. And here you can create an object. It's okay, unordered map of, let's say key is string, value is an integer, and let's call it and you can say dot insert something, okay. Let's say mango and its price, let's say 100, okay. And this should go inside a make pair function, okay, something like this, okay. Okay, one thing we can do is, instead of just writing in entire code, we can change the code that we had written for the map class, okay. So let me go to this. So in one of my videos I had discussed the STL for map, and what we can do, we can just replace this by unordered map, okay. The only difference that you will feel in the output is these fruits may not be sorted, okay. Now you have apple, lychee, mango, pineapple. The outputs are sorted according to the keys. So what I can do, I can say no, this time I want to make an unordered map, because I do not want any relative ordering. I just want to insert and delete elements. and I want the insertion and deletion and find function should happen in order one time. So I can use an unordered map. Okay, so this is unordered map, and the rest everything is same. You can use the insert function, you can use direct access operator, you can search for a fruit using find function, you can also erase using the erase function. You can also check if a key is present or not by using the count method, and you can add new elements using the direct access operator. You can iterate using iterators, you can iterate using a for each loop as well. Okay, so let's run the code. Everything remains same, nothing changes, the only underlying implementation changes, but that does not affect the function calls that you are making. Okay, and we are done. Okay, so we are able to find banana, then we removed banana so it could not find. Now you can see these elements are not in sorted order. Okay, so the only change that had happened here is the ordering of elements has changed, and instead of sorted order you get any elements in any order. And that is quite evident because when you find hash index, it does not matter uh, where the element will go. Okay, you cannot predict where it will be stored, and when you iterate this hash table, when you iterate over all the buckets of this hash table, you never know where an element is going to be. Okay, so that is something decided by the hash index, and there is a randomness involved. So in those problems where um, the relative ordering between the keys is not important, you can go with unordered maps as the default choice. Okay, so that's all for this video, and I hope you will be able to use unordered map. We will also show you some examples in the next video.